Opening the legs up from the front. It's a couple of ways to do this, not my easiest posture, so I really feel you if you feel a lot of tightness. Some of the key things that you really want to have open are the inner thighs. You want to have the ability to externally open the hip joints and really open the pelvis wide apart. So a nice place to start off with this is in a nice wide leg forward bend. So if you can take your feet wide apart like this, and then we're not going to go for the forward bend, we're going to go for that straddle. So you're going to just kind of tip the sitting bones back, and then I want you to press into your heels as you slide, slide, slide to the ground. Come onto your elbows and slide, slide, pressing your pelvis to the ground. The slower you go down, the better it's going to be. And then you can just hang here. Shouldn't be the most comfortable position in the world. In fact, you can press your pelvis to the ground with the strength of the elbows, gripping your heels into the ground and flaring your toes. You should feel a little extension through the spine. And you want this to be active, not passive. The more active it is, the more protected your legs are going to be. You don't want to push yourself into the tension in the body, but you want to support the joints. So you can stay here for a few breaths. Then, to work the straddle, press into your heels, and this is the hard part, 'cause now you can see that's about how stiff I am. So the pelvis is a few inches off the ground, so you want to wiggle the pelvis forward, coming onto the fingertips, and slowly, slowly press the heels and melt into the ground. Now I don't have a full 180-degree straddle, so I'm just going to really work on spreading the legs wide apart. You can press the fingertips into the thighs and stay there, and I'm really engaging the legs, trying to pull the heads of the thigh bone back into the pelvis, pulling the trochanters, which are the top part of the thigh bone that's closest to where you can touch. Pull those nice and back. I'm feeling a nice deep stretch along the inner thigh. I'm reaching the heels out, and I'm going to lift my spine a little bit away from the pelvis while pressing the sitting bones down. If you're here for a few breaths and you feel all right, you can pick the pelvis back up, move it forward, and then slowly sink into the ground. And that should be pretty intense. Now, if you really want it to get nice and burning deep in the thighs, we can go forward, forward onto the elbows. And I'd recommend being as comfortable as possible here, maybe just taking your hands under your chin. When you're even more comfortable, all the way down, and then you can come all the way back up. I wouldn't recommend pushing that too much, so it's more like you want to melt into the floor. Now, if you want to work side to side, the other thing that you can do is lean to the side, reach over, and then the other side, lean to the side. And I really like this to come from the pelvis rather than from the ribs. Lean to the side and reach over. And one last time, we're going to take it forward and press the pelvis into the ground, opening the thighs. And after you've reached your maximum limit, hands in prayer, gaze at your nose, 5 breaths, and then you're done. And that's how to work with a nice deep straddle. Thanks so much for watching.